Hello everyone, welcome to today's Hone Your Speaker Skills session. Now, as you can hear, my voice really isn't very good, and ordinarily I would not be doing a recording, except that, well, this is a teaching session, a teaching moment too good to miss. So I'm going to be repeating the topic when my voice is better so you can hear the contrast. Now, the reason I'm keen to tell you about this is because your voice matters. I know your words matter, your words have power, but your voice matters as well, and you need to look after it. I have a summit coming up this coming weekend, which is why I'm basically not talking to anybody until my voice is completely rested and healed. What's going on with my voice at the moment then? Well as my voice sounding croaky, and why is that? Well, Mother Nature gave you a wonderful little self-preservation instrument here in your larynx. You have three folds, three valves, if you will, to stop things going down in the lungs, because the only thing that should go into the lungs is air. Anything else, and your lungs go, not playing. 5 millimeters of water and you'll end up with a chest infection, and that's straight water. So you have three valves that are going and clamming shut. Now, if there's anything going down the wrong way, I mean, hey, we've all had the experience of something going down the wrong way when we've been eating, and your cough reflex has kicked into touch, and you've pushed it back out. Or occasionally you may need the back slaps. The point is, you have a very effective cough reflex. It won't let things go down into your lungs, God willing. The same goes when your body is producing a whole heap of phlegm, because don't forget, it doesn't want anything in your lungs other than air. So if there's a nice little bug going on, it will produce phlegm. It will produce phlegm to get rid of the bug, to take it back up for you to expel. And that's where coughing comes in. Now, I did tell you this was an anatomy session. If this is over your head, don't worry about it. I'm giving you the background so that you can understand why it is important to look after your voice. These three valves, you have your aryepiglottic folds at the top, your true vocal folds, and then your false vocal folds. It's the middle one. That's the one that does all the noise, phonation, speaking. So you've got three chances of making sure that things don't go down into the lungs. Now, the middle one, our vocal cords, vocal folds, are covered in the equivalent of skin, and they make a noise, they make a voice with this sort of movement. They come together in a lovely little wave form. Now, obviously, that's seriously slowed down. However, when you cough, there's no gentle wave. They bang together hard, because don't forget, you've got a full stop there. You can't let anything inside. And you do that regularly. And actually, just that one hard clap, and my hands are tingling. So you can imagine that out of necessity, because your body is making sure that you stay alive, that coughing creates a rawness, a thickening, a redness, and you can actually see it if you throw a camera down there. Not a good idea unless you know what you're doing. The point being that it's covered in skin. It requires some gentle looking after. So if you are in a position where your voice is croaky, the last thing you need to do is push it and whisper, because actually you're forcing it even harder. You're putting as much effort into forcing your voice with a whisper as you are when you get the natural cough. Keep that up and you will damage your voice. So this is a speech therapist telling you, don't do it. If your voice is croaky and you absolutely have to talk, make sure it's a gentle, released, flowing voice. Don't have any tension in your neck at all. If I was to tighten it up now to try and make it a bit louder, can you hear the tension in my voice? And you can possibly even see the tension in my neck. Now let me go back to the other version. Possibly you can see the difference. The point being that you have a nice, gentle, free-flowing movement as much as possible. Now, the other side of it, that's that bit. The other end of this voice thing that's causing the, you can tell I'm not very well, is the resonance, the resonating chambers. Now, this is where, particularly women, we use a lot of our head resonance. We have a higher pitched voice anyway because the length of our vocal cords is shorter than the fellows. That's why they have a deeper voice. So we tend to use more head resonance as ladies. Now, right now, the resonating chambers, my sinuses, are not as clear and air-filled as they normally are because they're filled with, guess what, that snot. Again, body's going into overtime to get rid of the bug and make sure that it doesn't go into those mucous membranes and up into the head and cause all sorts of wonderful encephalitis. Body's wonderful, isn't it? My point being, my resonating chambers are restricted at the moment. And that's why I sound that the amount of pitch change is limited because of the resonance. Hang on, I'm about to cough. And that's why I'm not doing it live. So when I do this session again, I will do it as a comparison, and you can hear then the much clearer resonance. I will also have some visual aids with me to explain to you about the resonating chambers and how when the air is used up, the space, you can't have air in the same space as snot. It just doesn't work. We'll talk about that another day. So the point of today was voice rest. If you have a big speaking gig coming up and you end up with a bug, shh, minimal voice use. I have been cancelling my calls right, left and centre this week so that I can stay quiet. And those of you who know me know that that's actually quite a trial, me being quiet. So this is going to be a quick session. Trust that the speechy in me has given you an anatomy lesson and is helpful in terms of you understanding how voice is produced and then how to look after it. For now, bye from me.